Tartarus. Wake up. Oh god, the song. Oh, that shot is so good. Are you kidding me?
Hey everybody, before we get started, I just wanted to say if you enjoy our content and want to stay up to date with our videos, hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel. Thanks. So, on to the video.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Random Drop. And today I have the opening trailer for Persona 3 Reload. Persona 3 is my favorite Persona game out of all of them in the series. It was also my first, but I think story-wise and mood-wise, I think it just kind of matches my style more. So hey, I was super excited when it was announced a couple months ago, and we're only 30 days away. Now if you haven't, go ahead and watch my video on the JRPGs that are coming out in the next 3 months. There's some really huge bangers coming out. I do recommend that video as Persona 3 is coming out, but man, there's some huge stuff coming out as well, and we're all gonna have a huge backlog if you love JRPGs. Let's get into this. Let's watch this trailer. I believe this should be the opening trailer as you would open the game, right? And see what all this is about. All right, I have this loaded up, have not watched it yet. Let's get into it. Xbox. Free on Game Pass, by the way. If you're not so sure, dump some money. If you're not so sure and don't want to dump any money, free on Game Pass. We got Yuki here. The original song was on there. Was that the new song? All right. It's kind of reminiscent of the original. The hell? They got blue paint on their face. Man, they're just going full on with the side. That's a girl jumping off a roof. All right.
Crazy how time flies.
Crazy how time flies. This is probably when you meet Junpei, Mitsuru's bike, the train you fight on, and those three characters. Tartarus. Wake up. Oh god, the song. Oh, that shot is so good. Are you kidding me? Man, they're full on going on with these kids blasting their heads, huh? Awesome. Go for it. It was such a crazy thing back then. Oh my god, my son. Why are you so sad? There's Aegis on the roof. That dickhead. Thanatos, man. The coolest Persona, by the way. The moon. I don't remember the Yellow Scots kid's name. Aegis. And those are the 13 Tarots. Oh yeah, by the way, this Persona has robots. Man, dude, just seeing these characters in HD, just holy crap, man. Wow. All right. Starts off with a vibe, right? And then focuses on the crew more, and like, hey, these are your companions throughout this adventure. Here's a shot of every of them, and probably an iconic scene with each one, most likely. I have to go back through it. It's no volume here. It's Yuki arriving for the first time in the city, it looks like, or a representation of that. I don't know what this is. Right, like it's clearly blood smeared on their face and they're talking, but I'm trying to pull my head like what this represents. Maybe the drugs. Like I really don't know. Usually I'm pretty good with the symbology of this game. A raven, the color blue. We all know what that represents. And this shot, dude, holy shit. So there were themes of suicide in the original game, but they kind of shied away from it or didn't mention it too much. Or at least the portable version, right? Because that was all just like 2D images. But very much like in Persona 5, there is a symptom going around. Just like the mental... What was in Persona 5 when people would freak out and do something crazy? The mental shutdowns in Persona 5 are very similar to something that is in this game. But that's not... But the way it comes out is very different and is not the result of a person literally coming in and killing your psychic ghost, right? It's kind of just more happening to the world, and this is probably a reference to it, obviously. Really shocking thing to see on the screen, obviously, if you haven't played this game or know nothing about it. There are very heavy themes on death and suicide and loss. It's gonna be a freaking ride, definitely. So let's see. Moving on, there's the coffins, obviously. The main girl, Yukari, which I liked Yukari. She wasn't like my favorite, but she's probably like one of the better ones, and they probably expand her a bit more in this game. But yeah, no, she's like one of the, like, I don't know many people who hate Yukari or just like not into her. She's kind of just like all right. But some of the, I think I ended up, when I played the first game, I ended up dating one of the social link girls and not one of the main girls, from what I can remember. There's Junpei, who I believe is the best secondary protagonist, right? Your bro buddy, right? Because you have Yosuke in Persona 4. In Persona 5, you have Ryuji. I almost forgot his damn name. And Ryuji's totally fine. I think Junpei is the least, especially when you play portable on the female side. He's probably like the one you could probably like relate to the most. Like his story is just like a very relatable thing that I've seen friends go through and stuff like that, in terms of like why he is with C's and not, you know, the things he goes through in that game. I've always liked Junpei a lot. Then when he shows back up in the fighting game, still into it. I don't think he has any problematic scenes like Ryuji and Yosuke do. Junpei seems like a pretty chill dude for the most part. He flirts with like Yukari sometimes, but like that's about it. But he doesn't get weird from what I remember. But anyways, I like Junpei a lot. More Junpei in my life, great. Want to see more of him. Yeah, this movie starts very happy-go-lucky, but then definitely sliding to imagery of like, hey, something's going on here. Mitsuru on her super bike. We got Shinji, Akihiko, and Ken, characters that are very much, the reason they're on train is they're very connected to each other, and for a very specific reason, which is an awesome story to see play out. Tartarus, having that, I hope that's in the game, the actual super clock that is behind Tartarus. They may block the moon though, but incredible imagery nonetheless. This shot, dude, holy crap, what a shot, dude. Just him sitting down and just blowing his freaking brains out, and then it's smearing on the wall in his persona. It's so goddamn edgy, but I love it. It's so ridiculous. And then with the music in the background dropping at the same time. Igor with the contract. As you know, there's always a contract. I don't know if there was a contract or not. I can't remember. There may be, but this game opens up with the contract, and then there's one in Persona 4 as well. And best attendant, Elizabeth. Can't wait to see more of her. And then yeah, man, they're just full on going with the, like, I thought nowadays maybe people would have been sensitive to this, but maybe not. Maybe because space ghosts come out of them when they do it. But back in the day, no one was offended by it, but people were like weirded out by it. Like, what's this game where these kids are shooting themselves in the head and then space ghosts are coming out of them? And when I saw it, I was like, man, I gotta play this game. And I need to see what this game is about. But yeah, and yeah, the faces they make too, it's all perfect. And the shattering of the sky or reality next to them that unleashes the persona, it's so goddamn good. And everyone holds their guns in different ways, and everyone has a unique way of shooting themselves in the head. Yeah, with the evokers, which from my understanding how evokers work, it's supposed to give that feeling of dying, get your adrenaline going so hard that like it makes you feel that way, to where your persona would come out. That is, I believe, my understanding of how evokers work, or they are originally intended to work. It is a way of forcing out the persona in the real world, because Tartarus is technically in the real world. And then like in 4, they're in, goddamn, this is like getting super deep. I'm a super Persona fan, by the way. These aren't really spoilers, but more concepts of the games. In Persona 4, they're in the Sea of the Soul, and they're actually much closer to the Persona, so they're easier to summon. And then it's kind of the same thing with 5, right? They are in another world, while Persona 3, they're kind of still technically on Earth, that's transfigured a bit. So in order to summon these personas, they need to have a trigger, basically. And that's never really explained in the game. I think that's just kind of I've intuited, because there's a scene in the original opening, or one of the openings, where very beginning of the game, where Yukari's like trying to do it and she just can't, and she is very, very scared. But it's kind of like never brought up again, that it's like, hey, difficult thing to do, or kind of fucking scary that you're like pointing a gun at your head. But I don't know, maybe someone in the comments will know more. Maybe it's a thing they like want, because there are things in Persona 3 that they wanted to do, whole arcs that they wanted to do that they cut out, and we'll never see the light of day. I doubt they added it to this game because it would make the game stupid massive. But there are like story beats that Persona 3 never got to like fully dive into. I imagine the evoker stuff is one of them. They kind of just, that's how they summon it. But if you know more in the comments, let me know. Yeah, everyone's shot of, again, shooting themselves in the face and summoning their sick ass personas. Fuka, dude, has had such a glow up, and I've always liked Fuka, but I'm gonna be honest, the voice actress, it was hard to get through like the original game. And in this one, she doesn't shoot. Huh. Oh, we've never seen her summon her persona. Because you never really, maybe she did it in one scene, but you never, it wasn't something you consistently saw in the game like everyone else, because Fuka is the Teddy or Risei of the game, right? Or the Navi of the game, right? She's the one who sits back and like, you know, leads the party. So she's never there to just blast in her face constantly, right? So we've never actually seen the animation of her summoning her persona, but it looks like she's shooting in front of herself, like she's shooting at someone. She's shooting herself, and it's going through her heart. Dude, I don't fucking know. That's so weird. Okay, that's new. That's okay. Hey, I can't wait for this game. Yeah, she shoots herself, and she like holds her heart, falls down, and then her navigation persona comes out. It's pretty cool. Koromaru does not get a gun because he's a dog. He gets like sick earphones and a dagger, and that's how he summons it. No one cares. No one needs a reason. We want a dog on the team. My poor boys, they're sad. I guess kind of works the same way because she's a robot lady. Obviously, spoilers. Well, not spoilers because it's super obvious. The summoning of Thanatos is just more imagery of the beginning of the game, imagery of future characters, and I don't think Aegis was in the original OP, so this is more for like people who know the series, but kind of seeing more of like references to events in the game. And then just like the shot of everyone, the crew, him throwing that sick ass MP3 player, and doesn't even say reload on it, just says Persona 3. Good shit. Good shit. All right, yeah, that was really sick. Again, I am super excited, but hey, let me know what you think down below. I am super down for this game. I cannot wait for this to come out and get my hands on it. But if you again watch my video on JRPGs of 2024 for the next 3 months, man, we're gonna have Persona 3 and Relink right at the same damn time, with Yakuza in the back on the 26th. Again, watch that video if you want to know more about all these JRPGs coming out in the next couple of months. But hey, I imagine if you're watching this video, you're a huge Persona fan. Where did you get into the series? How did you feel about this trailer? And how do you feel about the direction of Persona 3 in general? Is this your first time actually seeing Persona 3? Because as I explained in the video I did, it's like the grandfather of modern Persona, right? Persona 2 was a very different game and more classical in the way RPGs worked back then. Then it was not until Persona 3 where they found their formula and made social links and how the Persona systems were going to work and all that stuff, right? And then as we've gone on the years and years, they've refined it on each main sequel. And now we're back here with Persona 3, taking all the lessons they learned from 4 and 5, applying it back to 3. Hey, maybe we'll get a 4 remake. That would be actually really exciting. Because sadly, 4 came out when the PS3 came out on PS2. So many people missed it because they've already moved on to the next gen consoles. And then there's this game coming out in 2009 when everyone's moved on at this point. And it wasn't really until the Vita where a lot of like Persona 4 blew up even more in the West. But again, that's more history lessons on Persona. I am very excited, as you can clearly see. I love the series, and I cannot wait to see some of my favorite characters again this February. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Later.
Ho.